Hi, welcome to Bookie. Today we will unlock the book Abundance, The Future is Better Than You Think, written by Peter H. Diamandis and Stephen Kotler. This book dispels the scaremongering about the limits to human growth and starkly demonstrates that our future is not characterized by inevitable pessimistic outcomes, but rather, it is full of light and hope for a better future. Sometime in 20 or 30 years, the book predicts that we are likely to have created a poverty-free utopia where everyone is living an abundant life. Since the time of the Industrial Revolution, resource scarcity has always been a concern for humankind. The British scholar Thomas Robert Malthus, after making some empirical observation, discovered that while food production expands linearly, the human population grows exponentially. With this in mind, Malthus believed that there will come a time when we would exceed our capacity to feed ourselves. In 1972, a book titled The Limits to Growth asserted that there are ceilings and limitations to human development. The content of that book was so sensational when it was published that it sold 30 million copies worldwide, as it astonishes nearly all its readers. This book, however, will point at evidence that show just how the concerns and ideas of scholars like Malthus are overstated. In actuality, population growth as a result of both human and natural causes is not exponential, rather, technological growth, especially with the invention of artificial intelligence as well as state-of-the-art machinery, is remarkably exponential. This exponential technological growth will ultimately clear the significant limitations in human development. In the foreseeable future, humankind will witness a magnificent explosion of technological advances that will usher us into a world of total abundance. To explain the major points of this book, which is titled Abundance, The Future is Better Than You Think, we will divide it into 3 parts. Part 1, Why do we say the prerequisites for achieving abundance have been met? Part 2, Building the Abundance Pyramid. Part 3, The 4 Forces of Abundance. Part 1, Why do we say the prerequisites for achieving abundance have been met? Before we dive into our discussion, we must first understand what is abundance. In the context of this book, abundance is on the one hand not a luxury. As expressed by the authors of this book, abundance here does not refer to the Trump Towers, Mercedes-Benz, or designer products. Abundance, on the other, is not satisfied with getting above the poverty line either. In 2008, the World Bank defined its international poverty line as those living on more than $1.25 a day, which is equivalent to $390 per year. That is doubtlessly a meager standard of living. However, according to the 2008 U.S. Federal Poverty Guidelines, it takes an annual income of more than $10,400 to be considered to be out of poverty. Yet, abundance in this book, written by Peter H. Diamandis and Stephen Kotler, is not referring to these types of poverty guidelines, rather, it has higher requirements. So then, what exactly do Peter H. Diamandis and Stephen Kotler mean by abundance? Abundance, as far as the authors are concerned, is a group concept, which means that everyone in the world at least has access to the basic resources of living, and can pursue both spiritual and material life in order to achieve an ideal state of living that is fairer and freer. The concept of abundance is not only limited to material security, it also involves one's spiritual life. When we think of such concepts, Maslow's pyramid of needs may come to mind. For clarification, there are 5 levels in Maslow's pyramid. There is the physical needs such as air, water, food, sex, and sleep, which constitutes the pyramid's base. The base is closely followed by the level of safety needs, which include protection, security, law, order, and stability. The middle tier level is the need for love and belongingness. This involves family, relationships, affection, and work. Above that level is esteem needs, which involve success, status, responsibility, and reputation. Then there is the self-actualization needs, which are the peak of Maslow's pyramid. Only at this level can a person truly achieve self-development and the ambition to serve society. In general, Maslow's 5-level pyramid of needs offers guidance and advice at the individual level. It is more of a theoretical concept and has an implicit false assumption that people's needs can only be met one after the other from the bottom up, and only when the bottom level